Hey everyone, in today's video, I want to talk to you about something that I love to do and I do a lot with my students because I get a lot of questions of saxophone players when I ask them what is their main problem is that they get lost on the songs. When they're playing or improvising, they get completely lost. And today I thought I made a video about this. I'm in beautiful Madrid here. I'm staying on an apartment and I actually cannot make any noise. So I decided to come here to this beautiful park to do this video for you and I'm going to play right here. So the concept with this is to really understand the song that you're playing. Pick any song that you are currently playing or that you currently want to play, and you're going to forget about soloing completely. Okay, you're going to forget about using the song as an excuse to solo. And that is a big problem in the jazz world that many times, and I used to do that a lot when I was studying, is we use the tune as an excuse to solo. And you really want to be playing a song, not just chord changes for you to solo. So today I'm going to show this to you with Days of Wine and Roses. And the concept is like this, very simple. I'm going to play 3 choruses of the tune. And on the first chorus, I'm going to keep the melody as plain as possible, really understand the melody in its basic form. So I'm not going to do any nuances or anything that goes too crazy. I'm not going to add a lot of notes. Then on the second chorus, I'm going to start adding a few nuances, maybe a few bends. I'm going to start making the melody my own, maybe 1 or 2 chromatic approaches here and there. Just don't overcomplicate it. And by the third chorus, you pretty much will almost be soloing, okay? So you're gonna almost fuse. You have to think about combining the melody with solo. If you think about most of these melodies are very symmetric. They're like 4-measure phrases. And a lot of the times they're busy at the beginning, but then there's like the spaces, right? You're gonna hear me play that on Days of Wine and Roses where, there's in the 4-measure phrase, the first 2 are fairly busy and then the later 2 there's a lot of space. Then in that space, you can start adding a lot of notes and you can start going around the chord changes. But the idea is to always go back to the melody. And the reason most saxophone players get lost in their solos is because they have no idea where they're at in the melody. So the melody is really the most important anchor that you should have when you're soloing. It's not just about the chords and listening to the chords. You need to be able to, in fact, what you can do whenever you're playing or soloing, you need to be able to instantly pause your solo at any given point and go back to playing the melody wherever the melody fits on that point of the song. This is really important. So I'm going to show it to you right now with Days of Wine and Roses. I'm going to play the first chorus, just the first one, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to play the melody very plain. So pretty cool. That was really, really plain. I tried to barely add anything. Didn't even make it my own. This is just so that you really know where the melody stands and what the basic melody is. Now, on the second chorus, now you can make it a little more fun. And this is where you really need to listen to many versions of the song and understand what is it that you like. For instance, if I listen to, whoever you like, if you like Dexter Gordon, you like Michael Brecker, Stan Getz, just find a player that you like. Most of the times you can literally go to YouTube and put the name of the song and then the name of the artist you like. And if it's a famous jazz standard, there's a high possibility that they've played it before. So you can go ahead and do that, or just try to really listen to many versions. Many of the standards have been played on different tempos. You can hear Days of Wine and Roses being played as a jazz ballad. You've heard it played as a medium swing and even as a fast tempo tune. So absorb as much as you can from different versions and understand, figure out how do you want to play the melody. I say this because then I do these exercises with students and saxophone players. It's like, play the melody, and then they play it, but they play it very vaguely. It's like they don't understand how to make it, they almost want to go through the melody to go end in the solo and try to solo. And the point here is not to solo at all. It's to use the melody as your anchor. Really play the melody first plain, then on the second time, you're going to start understanding what are the things that you might want to add. And this includes nuances. It could be a little bend, could be a little chromatic approach. Keep it simple. But I'm going to do that second version right now. Just pay attention to the things that these are things that I personally like. So you might not even like them, right? You might have your own things that you like, but this is important. You have to figure out what is it that you like. I'm going to now play Days of Wine and Roses. I'm going to add just a few nuances and a few other notes, and you're going to start hearing the chords more because I'm going to go around the chord tones and things like that. Pay attention. So you saw I added some improvised elements and a lot of nuances and a lot of notes, especially on sections of the melody where the melody is not moving a lot. So it gives you space to add little things like that, little lines that if you connect the chords beautifully, it just sounds like, oh man, that sounds so beautiful. It's very jazzy, but I'm sticking and anchoring myself with the melody. Now, keep in mind I'm playing a cappella, so I'm not using a backing track or anything like that. You can totally do that. I'm really stretching myself here by not using a metronome or anything like that. But you can do it both ways. You can use a play along or a metronome, anything that you, but I recommend you do it a cappella first, just to get the feel of how you can really make this melody your own. Now, third version, I'm gonna solo more. So you're gonna hear almost like me combining the melody, and I'm gonna add more lines, sophisticated lines, chromatic approach, and things like that. A lot of things that I personally like to play, but I'm gonna anchor myself in the melody. I'm not gonna just use Days of Wine and Roses as an excuse to play, but I'm gonna use the melody of Days of Wine and Roses to actually give me the ideas and complement with my solo. So here's that third chorus. So you saw I stepped away a lot from the melody, but I still kept my solo anchored in the melody. You could hear the melody, you can hear me play a lot of other lines around it. That's basically it. Then you can go ahead and do a fourth version. And as a fun thing, I'm not gonna do it now, but you can keep extending this. So you can even do 6 versions, and then you can test it. And by the 6th version, you pretty much don't play the melody at all, or you can play just a little bit. So on each version, you basically step away from the melody a little more, which is really cool because you start with the plain version, step 1, plain melody with not a lot of nuances, just so that you understand where you're coming from in the tempo that you want to play it, in this case, sort of a cappella medium or medium swing. Then on the second version, you start adding nuances. What are the things that you like from the versions that you enjoyed? What are the things that you can grab from? Oh, I like this chromatic approach, like here. Right? Little nuances, little chromatic approaches, little extra notes. That's pretty cool. I still didn't disturb the melody too much. I played it in my own way. And then you can add a few little chord tones here and there, but anchor yourself in the melody. If you don't know what to play, go back to the melody. And then by the third one, you start expanding and making it more like your solo. And then after that, you can keep going that way until you end up on a complete solo. And you're gonna be surprised that if you do this, by the third or fourth or fifth version, you're gonna be soloing beautifully without getting lost at all. And this is a great way that you can actually start playing over tunes and not get lost. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I post a video tutorial like this every single Tuesday. And if you'd like to work privately with me, I have an amazing coaching program where I work one-on-one with students from all over the world. And we focus on improvisation skills, saxophone technique, and constant feedback and support. This is truly one of my best programs. If you're interested and want to learn more and you would like to work privately with me, then simply go to my Instagram account, Lorenzo Ferrero Music, and send me a DM, a private message with the word coach. And I'll talk to you, I'll send you all the details, we'll get to know each other, and we'll see if this program is a right fit for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next week. Bye.